it going, guys? Voodoo Stache here. An area where I see people oftentimes struggle with is with their ability to hinge. When we talk about a hip hinge, it happens at your hips, not at your back. A lot of people, when they hinge forward, they'll go from here, and then they'll do a deadlift, and then they'll do that last little bit to get to the floor, then come up. So really, you're bending from your spine. What we want to think about instead is hinging everything from your hips. So a great way to progress your way into that is by using the hinge and reach. So whenever we're hinging, we want to think about shins being vertical, and again, everything happening at your hips. Check it out. So my knees are softly bent, but my shins are going to remain vertical. I'm going to place my hands just above my knees. I'm going to drive my hands into those legs, and I'm going to reach my spine across the room. As I do that, you should see that my back gets nice and straight. I want to think about my head reaching that way, my butt moving that way. So my spine, my head and tailbone are reaching in opposite directions, lengthening that spine out. So I come from here, I press into my legs, reach my head forward, reach my butt back. Now I should have maximal tension at the top of those hamstrings. Look out for this. It's very easy to get this position and overextend with your rib cage here. I want you to think about that rib cage pressing down so that back stays flat. So there's the difference. Ribs up, you see my back kind of collapses. Ribs down, that back is nice and flat. So you just sit there and hold. Long breath in from the nose. Long, full, complete breath out from the mouth. And then you can use your butt cheeks to bring you back up. As you improve, as you be able to control and hold that position there with comfortable breath, again, all the way down that pubic bone, trying to get that breath super deep. Then you're going to progress a little hold, almost like a plank in the air. So I'm here, I press into the legs and lengthen my spine out. Taking some breaths. Once I feel comfortable, I'm going to hold one arm out. I'm going to hang out there for maybe 10, 15, 30 seconds, whatever. And I'm going to go here, hanging out there. Again, I'm feeling those hamstrings working a ton. Your ribs are down, your back is nice and flat. Eventually, you get to where you're reaching with both arms. Your shoulders are back and down, lengthen that spine out and reach. This is a great way to condition your body by getting your core, your lower back muscles strong enough to maintain this position here. So when you move into doing like a deadlift, those muscles have been conditioned, they can control. So again, use that hinge and reach in order to prep yourself for any of your hinge work. Again, everything happens from that pelvis. You put your hands on your pelvis as you hinge. What you should feel is that your pelvis continues to tilt forward. When that pelvis stops tilting, that's the end of your hinge. If you go anywhere past that, you're bending from your back. So use that hinge and reach, improve your hinging skills, and use that with all those hinge type movements.